Good morning to the B. Appreciate you being here. Jump higher? Okay. I'll give it a shot. Good morning, guys. So we just got done with a nice pull workout. We did a pyramid with our pull-ups and then some weighted pulls and static holds and things like that. So now we're just doing a little conditioning. A couple of burpees, some knee raises for the core. We'll swing the Mace bell a little bit, some jump rope, and a couple of squats to finish it up. Hope everybody's having a good morning, getting your reps in. Good morning to Crusades of Motivation. Shout out to my brother in Omaha, Nebraska. Guys, make sure you check out Aldo. Over on Crusades of Motivation. If this guy doesn't get you charged up and motivated, there's no hope for you, my friends. Anastasia, that's it's called a Mace bell. M-A-C-E-B-E-L-L, Mace bell. And it's just sort of like a strength and conditioning tool. The swings that you see me doing, there's many other exercises that you can use it for. They come in different weights and sizes. But the one I have is a 10-pound Mace bell. It's called a Mace bell again. He just really is a complete conditioning tool. It's going to work on your wrist strength, forearm strength, shoulders, really your whole upper body, because when you swing it, you have to stay nice and keep the core nice and tight. So really is almost a complete upper body workout. Good morning to Magda. So just doing, we finished up a pull workout earlier. We did a pull-up pyramid. We went up and then down. Then we did a 5x5 with some weighted pulls and some static holds over the bar, under the bar. And now just finishing up with a little conditioning. 5 2-pump burpees, 10 knee/leg raises on the bar. Some reps with the weighted jump rope, swinging around that Mace bell, and finishing up with a set of 10 squats, just to get the heart rate up a little bit. Appreciate you guys hitting that like and or subscribe button. If not, you just want to lurk in the background and watch. Appreciate that too. Hope everybody's having a good morning. Just doing a little conditioning post-workout to get the heart rate up a little more. Doing a few burpees, a couple of knee raises on the parallel bars. Swinging our Mace bell around. A couple of body weight squats. Just to loosen everything up. Get the heart rate up, like I said, a little sweat going. So we have a good start to the day. Appreciate you, my brother, Aldo. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Aldo's gonna bust out the weighted pulls. Look out. Go get him, brother. I know you're gonna kill it, as always. So guys, we just finished up our pull workout a little while ago. We did a pull-up pyramid. We started at 1. You rest 30 seconds, you go to 2, rest 30 seconds, 3. And you go up that pyramid as high as you can go until you fail. And then you do the same thing coming back down. You do your start at the top, you do your set, 30 seconds, and you go down, back down to 1. And then we strapped on the dumbbell. We did a 5x5 with weighted pulls. And then we did 30-second static holds, 3 sets over the top of the bar, and then at 90 degrees with our head right under the bar. So we did that. Now we're just finishing up with some conditioning. Just doing a short set of burpees, some leg raises on the parallel bars, swinging the Mace bell for the upper body, wrist strength, forearm strength, everything like that. We have a weighted jump rope. For those of you, I actually got a couple of emails on that one. That's, if you go to my link tree here, that's in that the link. I purchased that on Amazon. You can go check that out. And also the Mace bell is on it too. If anybody's interested in that, that's just a link. If you're so inclined. Appreciate everybody that's here. I appreciate everybody that hit the like button. If you choose to subscribe, that's fine. If you want to just hang out and watch, even better. Cheers to Kenny Rogers. Good morning, Kenny. Hope you're doing well, brother. I appreciate you being here. Good morning to you, Kat. Appreciate you being here. Yeah. I definitely have to incorporate, I think, a little more cardio into the routine. I'm not a runner. I've never been big on running. But like I always mention, when I do these body weight type routines, again, I'm here talking to the camera, so it's not panning out. But generally, when I'm by myself, I'm not on camera, I'll do these body weight routines, and I go round to round as quickly as possible. And your heart rate really does. So again, you're gonna get that strength benefit from your pulls, your pushes, your squats. But keeping your heart rate up, you're also gonna realize some cardio benefits also. So that was it, guys. We did some pulls, some weighted pulls. We did a pull-up, body weight pull-up, ladder, some static holds. Now a little bit of conditioning, just doing a couple of burpees, some knee raises on the parallel bars, swinging that Mace bell for the upper body, the grip strength, the wrist strength, forearm strength. Swinging that weighted jump rope a little bit. A couple of reps on that will get the heart rate up. Really appreciate you guys that hit that like button. Anybody chooses to subscribe, we'll take that too. Or if you just want to hang out and watch, we appreciate that. Just appreciate you being here. Positive energy. I hope everybody's getting your reps in, staying healthy, because that's what it's all about. Good morning to Mirko. Check out my buddy Jesus Calisthenics, Mirko from Germany. Shout out to the Deutschland. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Pre, mid, and post workout, guys. Some black coffee. Stop wasting your money on that trash that you pay $30 and $40 for, and thinking that it's giving you some kind of superpowers. Any of those pre-workouts, those powders, it's just a concoction. Bullshit fillers and sugar, sweeteners, some trace amounts of maybe some amino acids. They'll throw some beta-alanine in, gives you that itchy, scratchy, so you think you're getting you know, Bakugan energy or something. The only thing you're ever going to get energy from, or a perception of energy, is from the caffeine content in those things and the sugar content. That's it. Everything else, there's no real benefit to any of it. You're just wasting your money. Miracle, what did I eat? Well, I didn't eat anything today. I haven't eaten since, right now it's 7:55 a.m. And my last meal was 7 p.m. last night, I guess. About 12 or 13 hours ago. But you know, like I always mention, my 80-90% of my diet is pretty much whole foods. I eat a lot of meat, a ton of eggs. I like my fruit. I love sardines. Do my yogurt, Greek yogurt. Of late, I've been hitting the skyr, the Icelandic yogurt. I really love that. I love the texture and the flavor of that. Some nuts, you know, pecans, walnuts, a few macadamias sprinkled in. Cat, unfortunately, I think I am, because pretty much any influencer on the market, on the internet, is usually selling some type of what they call a supplement, and you're really not supplementing anything. But again, the only thing in those powders, what you're really doing, and I've said this before, is you're drinking a glass of Kool-Aid with some caffeine in it. And they'll throw beta-alanine in, L-citrulline, and things like that. And any real instant workout benefit from things like that doesn't exist. Again, the beta-alanine, if you ever take any of those powders, the beta-alanine will give you sort of like a tingly feeling in your skin for a few minutes, and people equate that with, I'm getting energy from it. It's the same thing, it's the same principle with toothpaste. Years and years ago, when they invented toothpaste, it didn't foam up. You just put it in your mouth and you know, you didn't really see anything. But to give people the perception that it was actually cleaning your teeth, they put an additive in there to give it that, so it foams up. And it's doing nothing different than it did before, but it just, people have that perception. And it's the same principle with this. The only thing that you're gonna get, you know, years ago they had the ephedra, but then they banned that because people's hearts were exploding. You know, maybe that's a little extreme, but you know, people were having heart attacks from it and going overboard with it. I had a few incidents with that where I overdid it with ephedra, and I almost put myself in a hospital. But any pre-workout, the number one ingredient that you're going to see on there is always going to be the caffeine these days, because that's what's going to give you. And they might put different names on it. They, you know, green tea extract, caffeine from green. It's caffeine. So that's the only perception of energy that you're going to get. And again, the sugar. If it's, a lot of them say, well, sugar-free, but it's always going to be sweetened, which is another rabbit hole we don't want to go down. There's going to be some bullshit sweetener like sucralose or, you know, Ace K, one of those things, or a combination of both. But at the end of the day, it's shit. I promise you there is zero, absolutely zero, morning, absolutely zero health benefits from any of those things. You might as well, when you go in the bathroom, leave the toilet paper, take your $40, wipe it, and throw it down the toilet, because that's exactly what you're getting. It's useless. It's useless. Brew yourself if you don't have an issue with caffeine or anything, brew yourself a cup of coffee. And if you really, well, I really like the pre-workout, then go get a packet of Kool-Aid and drink that, and you'll still save money, because that's all you're doing. I promise you. Yeah, Aldo, they trick us with everything. There's a trick for everything that they use. Good morning, is it Emery? I hope I'm saying that right. Emery, appreciate you being here, brother. Hope you're doing well. But that, you know, that's the other thing too, Kat. You'll see a lot of people are into these BCAA, the branched chain amino acids. It's just Kool-Aid. And what are amino acids? It's protein. So have a couple of eggs, have some chicken, have some beef, have whatever. You know, you're paying all this, and they charge all this crazy money. And they always put the bodybuilder all greased up on the thing and thinking that if I take this, I'm gonna have more strength, I'm gonna build more muscle. It's nonsense. It's absolutely nonsense. Back at you, Emery, from New Jersey here in the US. Appreciate you being here, brother. Good morning to Eric LaPointe. Guys, go over to Eric LaPointe's channel and check my man out. He just put up 1,000 burpees. 1,000 burpees. Unbelievable. Cheers to Eric. Shout out to Argentina. My friend Christian's back. What's up, Christian? Yeah, for the most part. Throughout the summer, I was trying to eat a little bit more, so I was sprinkling in maybe, you know, I was doing maybe like a whey protein isolate shake in the middle of the day, but I wasn't always getting that in. So yeah, generally, I can honestly say it's 80 to 90% of the time, it's just 2 meals a day. Yesterday was definitely 2 meals, two relatively light meals actually, because I didn't get a workout in. So. What's up, BX? How you doing? Good morning to you. Appreciate you being here. Eric, again, cheers, man. That was a monumental task. Guys, make sure you go over and check out Eric. Busting out that 1,000. He did what he had to do. So cheers to him. Appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate you guys that hit that like button, subscribe, or you just want to hang out and lurk. We did our pull-up routine earlier. I did a pull-up, a body weight pull-up ladder where I went from 1 up with 30 seconds rest in between sets and then back down the ladder. Then I threw in some weighted pulls, a 5x5, 5 sets of 5 with a weight. And then we did some static holds, 3 sets above the bar, and then 3 sets at 90 degrees below the bar. Now we're just finishing up the morning with some conditioning, a couple of burpees, some knee raises, swinging the Mace bell, and whatever else, a couple of squats. Yeah, Kat, that it really is. I mean, if you really dig deep, it's so much of it, 90% of it is just total bullshit. Eat whole foods and move your body. That's what it comes down to. But people are always looking for the hacks and the shortcuts and the potions and the pills. Instead of just doing the work, just get up in the morning and do the work. And over time, it's like compound interest when you put the money in the bank. Over time, it's going to build and build and build. But everybody wants it now. Everybody wants it yesterday. And they'll pay anything for it. And then they'll complain, you know, it's so expensive to eat healthy. It costs so much money to eat healthy, right? But you'll go out to a bar, pay $3, $4, $5, $6 for how many drinks that you have, right? And you're sitting there like a drunk ape talking about, well, I'm going to work out tomorrow. You know, and you spend money on pre-workouts and you spend money on BCAAs and all this other shit. Just go buy some real food. Just go buy some real food. Get up in the morning, do some body weight squats, do some push-ups. If you don't have a jump rope, go steal your neighbor's clothesline, whatever, and jump with that. Just move your body. Geez, Mirko, to date, I haven't, thankfully. I shouldn't have said that. I should have just skipped that. Because you know when we have that on our mind, we manifest things. Advice for a 26-year-old, take care of your health. Take care of your health. You want to make a good living, you want to take care of your family, you want to take care of yourself, but if you're not healthy, you can't do any of that. Take care of your health first, then go chase a buck. Too many of us are chasing a buck. Everything is material. We think we need more than we do. You know, drive a piece of shit car. Nobody's impressed with your nice car, throwing money away on things like that. At the end of the day, people are going to be more impressed with a guy who's put together mentally and physically, and it's not going to matter what kind of car you drive. You know, if you're a big fat guy in a BMW, you're not impressing anybody. You're not impressing anybody. And you're only lying to yourself, you know? So for a 26-year-old, you got your whole life ahead of you. Health is number one. Health is number one. And everything, if you're a healthy guy, the sky's the limit. The world is at your feet. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want, as long as you have your health. But if you throw your health away, and most of us do that, we start at an early age and they say, no, I can eat whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. You don't understand. You don't eat a Hershey bar and then put on 40 pounds. You do it. It's an accumulation and it happens. When is the dam gonna break? I don't know. But at some point, everybody starts getting breaks in a dam. And then what do? We fill those breaks with the pills. We go to the doctor, your blood pressure's up, here's a pill. Your sugar's up, here's another pill, right? I have an ache over here. Okay, take some Motrin or whatever. Everything's pills, pills, pills. If you start early, and get ahead of it, you're gonna be way, way, way out ahead of the pack. I promise you that. Calories in, right. That's a big part of it, you know, but calories do matter. A lot of people will tell you, you know, and again, you go on the internet and there's gonna be 1,000 different opinions. But if you stick with the fundamentals, real food, basic real food. It's almost impossible. It's not impossible, but it's extremely hard to become fat, sick, and overweight with a diet that consists of mainly whole foods. Because generally speaking, you're not going to overeat with real food. Not that you can't do it, but generally you won't. When you talk about the ultra-processed food, you will eat and eat and eat until you explode. And that's really it's not the only reason, but it's probably the main reason for the situation that we're in today. Mirko, what are you getting the leg pain from? Is it after like a leg workout, or is it just generally? I mean, it could be a lot of things. I mean, it could be a circulation issue, or did you have an injury or something? You're right, BX. Just buy the real stuff. And you know, again, all of this bullshit. You know, it's so expensive to. It's really not. It's really not. If you sit down and plan things out. But again, people don't want to do that. They don't want to put the time in. Like I said a few minutes ago, everybody wants the quick fix. Everybody's looking for the hack, you know? $40 for a can of sugar, flavored sugar with some caffeine in it. And you think you're going to go to the gym and get some. I did a video, I don't know, whenever it was, last year. But I literally stood outside a gym and I just asked people, pre-workout or not? I think during the course of that day, I asked 20 to 25 people. 23 of them said pre-workout. I think there were 2 or 3 guys that said, I don't take a pre-workout. Everybody else walking into that gym did. Anthony, what is my main focus health-wise? I don't count calories because, again, 80 to 90% of my diet is whole foods. I eat normally 2 meals a day. I have a general idea. I know what foods contain. I know in eggs, I know there's so much fat, there's so much protein. I eat a lot of meat. I know how much protein is in that. So I can generally, if I have a meal that's a little heavier on fat, then later on I'll have a leaner meal. And I try to balance things out throughout the day. Now, if you have a specific goal in mind, if you're looking specifically to lose body fat, right? Then you want to dial in your macros a little bit, right? You want to go make sure that you're getting a higher percentage of protein. And then your fat and carbs, you could kind of balance out. It doesn't really matter with those, as long as you're hitting that protein number throughout the day. And there you do want to set a certain amount of calories. Like with guys, I usually set it at I think, like for most, again, everything is always going to be, you know, subject to change. But generally for guys, I'll start at say 1,800 calories, 1,800 to 2,000 maybe, depending on, and then we'll go. Maybe half of that is going to be protein, close to half of it. So again, you have to eat for your goals. You have to eat for your condition. If you're diabetic, you know, we're going to do 50% protein, and I'm not going to say go 40% carbs and 10% fat. We're going to switch that around because we got to keep those carbs low, right? If you're dealing with blood sugar issues. So, but my main concern is staying healthy. I stay away. I gave up alcohol years and years ago. And I just eat whole foods. I exercise as often as I can. Cholesterol and fat, you know, again, I don't like to debate with people, but cholesterol isn't your problem. Healthy fats aren't your problem. Olive oil, coconut oil, avocado oil, things like that, that's not your problem. It's these seed oils, the soybean oil, the canola oil, safflower oil, all that other shit. That's what's killing us. And they have everybody believing that, well, they put so much on cholesterol, LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol. You have to look at your triglycerides. I mean, there's so much that goes into it. But and why do they pinpoint that one thing? You know, because they give you a statin, because that one pill targets your LDL cholesterol. So yeah, generally just overall health. And I don't think you're going to go wrong. We get too nuanced, like I said. I think yesterday I was talking about it, the analysis paralysis. What should I do? How many reps should I do? How much should I eat? If you're eating whole, start off picking out something, whether it's going to be the booze, if you drink a lot of soda, if you're smoking, something. Pick one thing in your life and start getting it out of your life. And your life is going to get exponentially better as you go on. But you can't wake up one day and think you're going to just, I'm a new man. Everything I did that was fucking me up yesterday, today I'm not going to do it. No way. No way is it going to happen. You have to do it piecemeal, and you will, because you're going to build these you'll have little victories as you go along. You're going to build more self-esteem. The self-discipline is going to come in. You're going to see your body changing. Mentally, things are going to change. You're going to have a different outlook. So there's a lot that goes into it, unfortunately, and that's where people get overwhelmed, because they try to do too much at once. They think they're going to change in one day. They're going to flip a switch and everything they do is going to be different. Everything's going to be healthy. I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to work out 7 days a week. And you're just setting yourself up for the disaster. Yeah, like I said, it does come down to the calories. You do have to watch your calories, but the macro, if you dial in your macros the right way, you're going to see the weight just fall off you. But again, it takes discipline. You have to discipline yourself. So many times if I work with somebody, one of the first questions they ask before they've even done a push-up or a pull-up or a squat, the first question they ask is, when do I get a cheat day? Because they're gripped with such fear that, well, I have to change now. I can't do what I was doing before. Well, why would you want to do what you were doing before? If you're 300 pounds, why would you want to keep doing, right? The definition of insanity. Why would you want to keep doing what you were doing that got you to 300 pounds? But people are so fearful. And that's why they're always looking for the hacks. And they'll pay anything. They'll pay anything. And that's why people are shooting these injections, the Ozempic and drugs like that. $1,500 a month. They'll do anything for a doctor to give it to them so they can inject it. How many people lay on a gurney and get bariatric surgery, right? They'll rather than stop eating cookies, go through the pain of not eating the processed food, because it's an addiction. And it's painful to break an addiction. So rather than do that, you'll lay on a gurney and tell a doctor to cut your stomach open. and rearrange your stomach and your intestines. Guys, you can check out Frankie's transformation. She's a beast. She's on my Facebook page and I believe on my Instagram page. You could check out the links there. All right, TM, cheers to you, brother. Glad to hear that. Now, see, we talk about the diets all the time. And I think there's a place for the keto diet. I think there's a place for the carnivore diet. But being human, when we restrict ourselves, initially you're going to see that for you with the carnivore diet. I'm sure you saw pretty rapidly, if you stuck really close to the carnivore diet, I'm sure you saw like really drastic changes in your body, right? And obviously your overall health. But over time, it's only natural that you're going to either get bored with it or you're going to start craving other things, and that's fine. You can go back to, if you're in a healthy state, you can definitely go back to a well-rounded diet. You could add in some vegetables, definitely have some fruits, nuts and seeds and things like that. And you could live a healthy life doing that. But if you fall back to, and again, the same thing with the keto diet, it's so restrictive. And initially, a lot of people see a lot of weight loss with it and a lot of health benefits. They improve their health with it. But to a degree, it's restrictive, and we don't like that over time. So as a therapeutic diet to reach a certain goal, fine. But so you don't slingshot back to what you used to do, I think that a lot of people should, then look to incorporate other things into their diet. Again, whole foods, and have more of a well-rounded diet, and I think you'll be golden. But if you have the fortitude and you enjoy the carnivore diet that much, then stick with it as long as you can, as long as you want to. Good morning, Mo. Sorry to hear that, brother. I hope it works out. Say cheat day. When is my cheat day? That's it. That's all I ever hear. Can I get a cheat? I was working with... I don't even want to get into it. I was working with a young girl that was close to 300 pounds, and she did 1 workout, 2 workouts. Don't I get a cheat day? Mo, I don't know the extent of your injury. And I certainly don't want to give you any medical advice, but these bands, these things really work wonders for shoulder mobility, right? You just come back this way, nice and easy. And they come in different, this is on a actually, they come thinner than this. I have a set of 6. I have a few that are thinner than this with less resistance on it, but this is really going to help with the shoulder mobility, right? You could do some raises up front, come out to the side, boom, You could go overhead with it, nice and easy. You do your shoulder rolls, things like that. I don't know what type of therapy they have you doing, but I'm sure it's not too different from what maybe, I don't know if they're doing the TENS machine, or you're getting a little, are they shocking you a little bit? But you could definitely get yourself a TENS machine at home and do that, as much as you want. Right? And right, Kat, thank you for that. Thanks for reminding me. But yeah, hanging from the pull-up arm is very, very is healthy for the shoulders and therapeutic. Let's see if I can turn this here. So when you hang, Mo, we have an active hang and a passive hang. And the passive hang is really when you're just dead weight. You're just gonna let your body come down. And then the active hang is where you're gonna pop the turtle head out, right? You're gonna come up, retract the shoulders a little bit. I don't know if you were able to see that, but again, you're not looking to do a pull-up. You're just gonna keep those arms nice and straight, and you're gonna, right, pull those shoulders back and things like that. Thanks, Kat, thanks for reminding me of that. But that's I actually had an issue some time back with my shoulder, and it was nagging. I mean, every time, basically when I did pulls, I was having a real hard time doing pulls. I had to warm up for quite some time, but the dead hangs really helped me. Thanks for bringing that up again, Kat. Yeah, the cookies will kill you. I always say, you know, I was big on the Oreos, Chips Ahoy and Oreos, but like even right now, you know what I mean? If I had a sleeve of Oreos, give me like 5-6 minutes, man, there's gonna be nothing left but that cellophane and some crumbs. And I'll even suck up the crumbs, you know? They are addicting. Skin the cat. I haven't tried that yet, Kat. I've been meaning to do it, and I've watched a few videos, and I'm saying I'm definitely going to give that a shot, but I'm not brave enough to do it because I'm just afraid that if I hear a pop or a snap or email me, brother. Let's get together then. But definitely. Hit up my email. It's down in the description. What's up, Jack? What's going on, brother? Guys, check out my guy, Jackton Stoic, a young beast from Sweden. This is a young man who's well on his way. Doing great work, takes care of his health. Like I said earlier, guys, it's so important, but it's never too late. It's never too late to turn it around. You know, if you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, even your 70s, you can turn it around. The body's amazing, right? So if you, no matter how much damage you did, you can improve it. You can improve it. So none of this bullshit that I'm too old for this, or, you know. I remember years ago I used to work with guys that I can remember I was in my 20s or whatever, and I would hear guys in their 40s. Nah, I'm too old for that shit. I'm too, you know, and you know, back in the day, when you're in your 20s and you hear somebody's in their 40s, you think that's an old guy, you know? And now here I am, 60. So I'm pretty much ready to drop. So if you guys have any questions for me, you better get them in quick. All right, guys, so today's workout, we did we hit some pulls. I did a body weight pull-up ladder, 30 seconds between sets. As soon as you fail, you start coming back down the ladder. Stretched out a little bit. I strapped on the weight. I did a 5x5 with weighted pull-ups. And then I did 6 sets, say that fast 3 times, of static holds, 3 sets above the bar, 3 sets below the bar. And then we finished up with some good conditioning. Swung our Mace bell around a little bit, some weighted jump ropes. few other things, some body weight squats, just to get the heart rate up a little bit. Jacked, I have tried a couple of, I guess you call them like minimalist shoes, or, you know, things like that. I actually don't find them, they're definitely an acquired taste. You have to get used to them, obviously, from wearing, you know, regular shoes your whole life and sneakers and things like that. It's a totally different feel. So I can't say I don't like them. It's just a very different feel, and you have to really wear them for a while to get used to them. But when you wear something like that, a minimalist or a barefoot type shoe, and then you go back to a regular sneaker, you really feel the difference, and you feel how clunky, you know, those normal shoes are, and how restrictive they are when you walk. Yeah, CBX, 30 years old, and you're talking about, you know, it's really, and you know, he says he's too old for pull-ups. Well, which means he never did a pull-up in his life, because if he was doing pull-ups to any extent prior, he would either still be able to do it, or he would know in his mind that I can do pull-ups, I just don't want to do pull-ups. But, you know, that's like one of these, I'm too old for this. You know, that, in other words, what he's saying is, I'm not going to do it. I'm too lazy to do it. So you have to come up with some excuse. And again, I talked about all these guys with the dad bod. You put it off on your kids. You know, if I didn't have the kids, I'd be in some shape. But, you know, you have the kids. What are you going to do? So my response would be, well, are your kids grocery shopping for you? When you go out to a restaurant, which if you're overweight, you shouldn't be in a restaurant anyway. But are your kids ordering for you? When your kids get out of school in the afternoon, are they stopping at the liquor store and picking you up a six-pack and bringing it home to you? Right? If you sit down to eat, you know, a piece of steak with a salad or something healthy, are they slapping it out of your hands and say, you're going to have this macaroni and cheese and you're going to like it? Are they dictating what you're going to eat? Stop it. Stop it. You're just full of shit. You're full of shit. Don't blame your laziness and being out of shape and everything else on your kids. Has nothing to do with it. When your kids go to sleep at night, do some body weight squats, do some push-ups. Be the role model for your kids. They're the reason you want to be healthy. They're the reason you want to be around for a long time. They're the reason you want to be in shape. They're not the fucking excuse. You got me on a roll there, BX. Yeah, Jack, I'll probably give him another shot, to be honest with you. But as you can see, I'm wearing these clunky Converse. And to be honest with you, the reason why I'm wearing these now is I bought these several years ago. I honestly didn't. I had them in the closet and I never wore them, you know? And I said, you know what? I'm at least gonna get some. And I needed a new pair of sneakers, and I'm like, you know what? These things are sitting there, I'm gonna try them. And they're actually not too bad. But yeah, I'll definitely try some type. I'm always looking. Every time, you know, I definitely am, believe me. But was it Cat? Did you say they were too tight? See, I find it the other way. A lot of those barefoot shoes have the wide toe box. And that was the other thing I couldn't get used to, because with that wide toe box, on a few of them, I felt like I had like clown shoes on. Because I'm used to a snug feel around my feet with a normal type sneaker. Let's say like some type of running shoe, it's usually going to be somewhat snug around your foot. But when you get these barefoot shoes, you normally have that wide toe box, and that threw me off a little bit, because when I walked, I just felt like I was like Ronald McDonald, like with big, you know, big wide shoes. Yeah, that's what it comes down to, BX, is the mentality. It's a mind game. Yeah, and that's it. I'm here with my grandson, you know what I mean? And that's a whole part of it. You know, we were at the park yesterday, and I met some people there, and they were nice. They were very nice. They were personable. They had their kids at the park. But the dad was, and they were a young couple. Dad was every bit of 300 pounds, and they were sitting under the awning on the picnic tables, eating chips or whatever they were eating, and the kids were running around the park. You know, and I was on a playground with my grandson. So overall, you know, again, I'm not. They were very nice people. You know, we struck up a conversation, but I don't think you're setting a good example there. That's good, BX, that your son. This way you two can keep each other in check. You got to mix it up, Kat. Just, it goes back to what I said before, right? I think it was when we were talking to TM about the carnivore diet. It's the same thing with exercise. I'm the same way. I get very bored with things, very bored. And I've talked about this before. I've gone, you know, you go into the gym and you'll see a guy with the marble notebook, pages all dog-eared, and they have every workout that they've done for the last 5 years. They could tell you every set rep, what day they did, what time they were at the gym. And I'm certainly not that guy. Probably to my detriment, because I would have made probably better gains if I was, you know, more regimented. But yeah, you definitely gotta mix it up a little bit, and it keeps it fresh. It just keeps it fresh, you know. There have been many times I've been in the gym, you know, and I'll see somebody doing an exercise, and I haven't done those in a while. Let me give them a shot. You know, my friend Derek from California, his channel is Osiris, OOSIRIS, Osiris. I used to love to bench press, you know, and I haven't done that in several years. I was just doing body weight stuff. I was doing dumbbell work. And of late, I got back on doing some bench pressing a day a week, and I really enjoy it, you know. So everything old is new again, but you have to keep changing things around just to keep it fresh. And I love those ladder schemes, you know, a 10 down, a 20 down, a 15 down, back up and whatever. And you know, at the end of the day, you're still doing 100 reps, 200 reps, but you just, you know, and with those ladder down, it's a mental game, because you feel like, okay, let me get that hard set over, and then each set is easier and easier, and it'll keep you going, you know. Eric, you like the ASICs? Yeah, see, I was always, it's funny that you say that, because the different brands I've tried on, for years I was big on Reebok and Adidas, because the one size, they just fit my foot perfectly. If I got Nike, I was in between it. They never felt comfortable on my foot. You know, one size was a little bit too big, and then if I went down one size, it just felt too tight. So certain brands are definitely cut a different way. But for me, it was always Adidas fits my foot pretty well. And what I say, Reebok. Back in the day, I would do some Reebok. Jack, don't worry about criticism. You know what I mean? I did most of my life. But that's definitely a skill you have to learn too, is just to let criticism roll off your back. Who cares what anybody thinks? Do you like them? Are they comfortable? Then wear them. And really, they're jealous of you having, you know what I mean? The fact that you're immune to any criticism, that's almost like a superpower. And people are envious of that, because most people aren't. They just cave. When somebody criticizes anything about them, they can't take it, because we have fragile egos. So if you get to the point where you don't give a shit what people say about anything in life, because most of the time people are wrong. You know what I mean? People talk out of ignorance, out of fear most of the time. Thanks, Kat. Yeah, I mean, I just mix it up. Like I said, I most of my life I was a gym guy, you know. I'm not like powerlifting and things like that, but I would do most of the, you know, the bro splits, the back and bi, chest and tri, you know, shoulders and legs and stuff like that. And then it wasn't until, you know, a few years back that I got into the body weight stuff, which I wish that years ago I did get into it. Because you could live a long, healthy, strong life with a great physique with just body weight stuff. I don't care what anybody says, you know, but the diet obviously plays a huge part in it. But yeah, change it up. You know what I mean? Don't lock yourself into one modality. No, this is the best way to, because like I said, anytime you hear anybody say, no, this is the best way to do it, you can't say that across the board, because it may be the best way for you. Maybe you got the best results from doing that, but maybe I won't. You know, so you have to be willing to change, which most of us aren't. You have to be willing to experiment, you know, but always start with the fundamentals. When you work out, when you exercise, it's going to be a pulling movement, a push movement, some type of leg movement, which could be a squat or a lunge, and then a hinge for the core. And then you branch off from that, but learn the basics, learn the fundamentals, and then just go on from there. Yeah, that's it, Jack. If you have a specific goal in mind, you know, again, it goes back to the whole diet thing. What are you looking to do? Now, I know 75% of the people in the United States are looking to lose weight. There are some people, a very small fraction, that are looking to gain weight. And then the even smaller fraction of people that work out on a regular basis, they're looking to gain some muscle. So every specific goal you have, it's going to take a different type of exercise. It's going to take a different type of structure with your diet, the type of food you're going to eat, how much you're going to eat, how often you're going to eat. So there's a lot that goes into it. But again, it takes trial and error, experimentation, willingness to change. But we get stuck in a rut. We have a huge aversion to change as human beings. We hate it. It's uncomfortable. I don't like it. But the only way you're ever going to progress and make the gains and make positive changes in your life is if you're willing to do that. Good morning to Goose. Shout out to the Netherlands. Yeah, it's funny that you say that. Yeah, I try to, definitely. I definitely do. So I know in my mind, like tomorrow, for instance, or maybe even this afternoon, I'm going to do some weighted dips. So I'm definitely not going to hit that bench for at least a couple of days after that. So yeah, I am cognizant of that. I'm aware of that. Like I said, I kind of know generally. Again, I'm not that guy that's going to write stuff down in a book and know my workouts every single day. But I know tomorrow is definitely going to be some dips, maybe a few push-ups and things like that. So then maybe the next chest workout will be, I'll hit that bench, you know. And then after the bench day, I'll give the chest a rest for a couple of days. But yeah, you have to be aware of that, you know what I mean? Because you got to give your body time to heal and things. We could usually do a lot more than we think we can, but to keep hitting that, I don't agree with hitting the same. If you're doing body weight, you know, you come out one day and you do a few push-ups, and then maybe the next day if I do some straight bar dips or some dips on the parallel bars, I don't think there's any detriment there. But if you're going heavy with the weights, you know, you're tearing down muscle. So you have to give your body, you're not building muscle here at the park and you're not building muscle in a gym. You're breaking it down, right? And then that's where the nutrition part comes in and the rest periods come in, because that's when you rebuild. And in theory, and hopefully it's right, you break that muscle fiber down, you feed it the right way, you rest it the right way, and then it's going to build back bigger and stronger. Old school is in the building. Salam to Booze. Your unborn child is the reason. You got one on the way, brother? King Fire's in the house. Blessings to you, brother. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything is going well. All right, guys, I think I've overstayed my welcome. Coffee cup is empty. I need a refill. I appreciate each and every one of you guys that were here today. Appreciate the positive feedback. Appreciate Frankie standing by with the wrench as always. You guys that hit the like button, the subscribe button. If you just chose to lurk in the background, I always appreciate that too. For those that were asking about the jump ropes and the Mace bell, you can hit that link, the link tree, and you'll see a link to Amazon there. Everything that I use, I put up on that link for the most part. Most of it's there if you want to give it a look. Also, we have channel memberships up and running. If you want to join a community, I appreciate that. The link is also under that link tree. I guess that's about it. I hope everybody stays healthy, stays safe. Make sure you get your reps in. And I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good day, everybody.